Alright, so this is my first video. Sorry, this is my dog. She's tripping because I started the bike. But this is my 2019 RFZ 125. I got this bike for $500 off of some kid on Facebook, and I'm trying to flip my camera around, but it won't let me. But I got it from a kid on Facebook for $500. Now when I got it, that's the original back wheel. He told me it needed a back inner tube, back tire needed air. So I kind of just went on a whim, agreed to the deal, drove out there with my brother-in-law's truck. Saw the bike, realized it was a lot bigger than I thought, because you hear pit bike. I don't know about you guys, but generally all the pit bikes I've had were almost half this size. So it's actually a decent size for sure. It's solid as fuck. But bought a new back wheel, came with the sprocket and the brake disc, the rotor, whatever, and tire and everything. It was like $115 on Amazon, so I bought that, threw it on there. And then the chain tensioner broke, so I had to finagle some stuff on that, and finally got that to where it's running tits. But I went and got the Nibby carburetor. This, I believe it's the 64 millimeter, maybe 68 or something like that. But I bought that last night, or actually I bought the carb a few days ago, but there was an issue. So when I bought this carb, I bought the one that didn't have the manifold thing already built on it, because I thought I'd be able to use the manifold from the original carburetor, but that wasn't the case. So I had to turn around and order the adapter. So make sure you get the adapter. It's a 28 millimeter, I believe, or 26. And then when you get that adapter, you either got to get shorter screws, or what I did was improvise with that and just use the original screws, and then the back bolts, just twisted them all the way on to where I had enough space for that teeth to grab the manifold easily, and put a little Gorilla Glue on it just to make sure the bolt stayed in place, not on the actual manifold. But and then I went and had to get the carburetor, because the aftermarket carburetor I had wasn't big enough for the air filter on the Nibby exhaust. Carburetor. So I went and got that too. That came. Now today I have this twist throttle coming, but I will say, now I threw that carburetor on there right out the box. Whatever jets were in it, I threw it on there, because I honestly didn't have time to piss around. I was too excited. I ain't gonna lie. I don't be tinkering with shit like I'm supposed to. When I get parts, I throw it on this motherfucker, and then I jump on it and take the fuck off. But, surprisingly, I think it's on point. Although I don't think, I gotta look it up, but I'm giving it, like, when it's idle, it has always started first kick. Never had any problems with transmission or anything. Motor's been good. It's been a solid bike since I bought it. I put a lot of money into it, aftermarket shit, but and I got a lot more coming, but it was solid. Now, when I give it gas, full gas at idle, it'll cut. So I know that's just the issue with the carb setting. I just got to take the time to tinker with that. But other than that, man, I'm throwing wheelies up on this shit in second gear. It's been a solid ass bike. So today I got the throttle assembly coming. I think tomorrow I'm probably going to order the handlebars and the oil cooler. And then after that, I'm going to get the pegs. Then I'm going to get the rear suspension, the front suspension. I got a graphics kit from a website that has graphics specifically for this bike. I ain't going to lie, they're expensive as fuck. They're like $170. But, and then eventually what I might do is turn this into an Enduro and take this shit on the street. Because my license is suspended till 2064. I'm not lying. So, yeah. But I definitely, I got a motorcycle, and I'm going to make this shit street legal, and they can catch me if they can. Haven't been able to so far. So, I'm going to keep y'all up to date along the way, and if anybody wants to comment on tips, questions, suggestions, You know what I mean? I'm gonna really build this bike up. I put a lot into it. I'm gonna put a lot more into it. People are gonna say you're fucking retarded. It's a Chinese bike. Da da da. This, that, and the third. Go fuck yourself. It's my money. I'll spend it how I want. But yeah. Other than that, just stay tuned. Here in a little bit, I'm gonna do the video. It's gonna be better lighting and everything like that. I just got my puppy in here, and I don't want her running out the garage, so I got all the doors shut and shit. But yeah. So it's a 2019. There's some trails too. I gotta get me a little GoPro. But that fucking setup right here looks nasty. When I get done with it, I got the engine dress up too. That's going on it. It's gonna be fucking sick. It's gonna be hard. Exhaust. This exhaust, the baffle sucks. It kept coming off, so I had to improvise and throw a screw on there that I don't know where it came from. I did replace the front sprocket. I don't know. I didn't go original because I didn't take the time to look up the specs on this to get the original teeth number. I just put in the part for this bike and that tooth thing came up, but it wasn't the original. I know that for sure. But hold on, Aquila. But yeah, so I swapped that out and got a bigger rear sprocket. And I do got a 48 tooth rear sprocket that I'm about to order. That's a 35, I believe, or 41. It's a 41. I'm ordering a 48. I want more bottom end. This thing's fast as fuck, but I got a lot of trails around my way. I want more bottom end than top end, so I'm going with the bigger. And it got these brake. It came with these. So, yeah. I got another tank coming. I looked for a plastic one for this bike. I couldn't find one where the bolts, the screw settings matched up for the front fairings, the front plastics. So I just went ahead and I'm gonna order the original metal gas tank. Fuck it. But shit's like $90 too. It sucks. But then but the next thing I'm gonna get though is the handlebars, which I'll have them in a few days. I'll make the video as I'm putting it together, and the oil cooler, which I'm gonna make a video for that probably at the same time. But so this carb issue, when it's running and I'm out riding it, I can gun it and it'll, you know what I mean. But just at idle, and if I do try to gun it at like almost a dead stop, it'll bog down. It'll just cut straight off, like it's not getting enough fuel. So I do gotta fuck with one of them screws and figure that out. But once I get her in the house and shit and get geared up, I will have a video, and show y'all, how it's running and maybe get a top speed, which I'm thinking it's like around 60. So, but yeah, stay tuned.